Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, I have done a live today, so you can check that out, which is if it uploads. There was music played in it. So I've done a Saturday live, and now I'm going to do a Saturday energy reading. Who's talking? What's up? Because I felt really sick before coming on to the live. We feel okay now. What card do you want to use? Why do I feel you want to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic? Let's do it. Do you want a Celtic cross? I'm really enjoying Celtic crosses at the moment. Okay, we're going to use some tarot. We're going to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and we're going to check in on the energy today. Let me pull the cross. Let me pull the cross. Like you're Jesus, and I'm saying, let me carry the cross for you. Okay. Let me pull the cross whilst I tell you, we need to make sure these are up the right way. Oh my. Whilst I'll tell you about my new services. So if you check out the description box, I've put in a list of the services that are going to be available through me, through the Channel of Love. And that's commencing the 1st of June. So I've been trying to say to you guys, booking your readings at the prices that I've been showing them at. So go back to another video because I'm not putting the old prices in there, okay? But you've got a couple of days left. Well, today and tomorrow. To get your reading booked up and in at them prices. So you can do your research. They're around about $25. Like they're in dollars. The new prices are in pounds, guys. So heads up on the actual new prices in the description box of how things are going to be changing. Okay, there are other changes as well, and they're all to come in with just some adjustments I'm making on this channel and where we're directing things, moving on, and also me popping back over to my other channel and working on there. That's going to be more tarot readings. But more to come on that. Okay, so I didn't even pull the cross. Okay, I did make myself a cup of coffee and a smoothie. Oh, as you can see, it's all very purpley violet today. Looks like my, what's it called? An anicorn. I didn't check out. It looks like the same colour as the wings. Okay, let's have some because I need some nutrients in me. Oh, that's nice. What's in there? Just a quarter of an avocado. Pineapple. Some chunks of fresh pineapple. What else is in there? About half a banana. About 6 frozen strawberries. About 8 frozen blueberries. Water. Sunflower seeds. I think that's it. It's good. It's good. It's yummy. It's good for my tummy. Okay. We're talking about the 7 of Wands. The block is the 5 of Cups. You're going to have to hang on because I'm going to check out the story first. Okay. I just want some downtime. What's gone on? The Knight of Cups. What's the current energy? Judgment. Future energy. The Emperor. What's going on behind the scenes? The Tower and the Magician. How are you feeling about yourself or the situation? The Moon. How this is affecting others. The Empress. I can see why. Hopes or fears. Six of Cups. Outcome. Temperance. Temper. Need to stable yourself, Divine Masculine. Okay. You got some jealousy, some rage coming up inside of you. Okay. And I'm not going to look at the bottom of the deck. I've kind of said the cards that have come out, whether or not you're recalling, and you kind of know what these cards mean because you've been watching for a while now. So I do, because you get distracted by the images on these cards, so we have to actually remember what the card is, what its general meaning is, and then we can look at the images. But what I can tell by kind of what's going on here is the Divine Masculine is very remorseful, feeling a lot of, I've got to say, resentment's coming out, but this is regrets. And it's about not choosing the Divine Feminine. And now he's fearing judgment from the Divine Feminine regarding his past choices, especially if it involves staying in another partnership with someone else, and not kind of choosing the Divine Feminine. Now he's musing over the Divine Feminine. Behind the scenes, he's kind of infuriated because he does not like or want the idea of anyone having their hands on the Divine Feminine, not doing that stuff that he wants to do with her. So he chose to be somewhere else, but he's like really regretting this now because there's this moodiness from the Divine Masculine. He wants to make everything all right, but there is an aggression here. It's his flame. It's his. There's this energy of, it's mine, you cannot touch it. But it's like he threw it away. So now what? Because the only thing he's fearing here is being judged by the Divine Feminine. How this is affecting him, we have the Moon here, and this is like regrets, making wrong choices, secrets. Like, it feels like there's secrets that the Divine Masculine, he needs to clarify something with the Divine Feminine because his mind's running away with him. We picked this up the other day, that the mind was running away with the Divine Masculine. How this is affecting others, the Divine Feminine, she is just so seductive and tempting to the Divine Masculine, and he is like now believing that everyone wants a bit of the Divine Feminine, and he's like, I can't even take this chance. Hopes or fears, does the Divine Feminine still remember the Divine Masculine? Does she still recall the times that he does in the same way as them being like kind of magnificent? Let's just let the words flow. We have Temperance here, and it's like, calm yourself, Divine Masculine. You're letting your thoughts run away with you. There you go. And that's the story. Bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles, wanting it now. All of it. The legacy, the money, the prosperity, the love, the romance, the sex, all of it. All of it. It feels like he just needs you in his arms now. Right then. Okay. Let's get on with this. What should we use to clarify? And I'm going to go through this a bit more. I don't know how I can clarify with the ancient Italian tarot because, well, I'm going to have to now. Hi, Jasper. Are you going to come up, or would you like to go in now? You're going to come up. What cards do you think? You're looking a bit scraggly, a bit worse for wear, and you're molten hair everywhere. Hi. What cards do you think we should use? A tarot to go? I think that would be an awesome choice. Are you going to stay on Mummy's lap today? Ah, see? Settled. That's a nice energy, isn't it? A happy boy. A happy happy-go-lucky boy. Hey, it's not coffee today. What about some of that? You seem to have all little bits over you. Like you've been tearing your hair out. That's the energy of this reading, guys. Divine Masculine's been tearing his hair out. Okay. It's all a bit too much to take. Alright, we'll look at the bottom now. Oh, the High Priestess. So tapping into the Divine Feminine, or the Divine Feminine tapping into her intuition. The Masculine's very afraid of this, that the Divine Feminine knows everything. So it's like the longer he leaves it, the more he feels like a fool. So I don't feel like he's so afraid of the Divine Feminine. He's afraid of being judged. It's like he knows. He has his regrets. So let me shuffle the... Oh, okay. What's this? Because he's round on his own. We've got the Knight of Rods in there. All on his own, turn round. So, Knight of Rods. Wanted to be seen. He's the only one in the deck. Let's have a look what he says, Jasper, because I'm meant to be clarifying his Celtic cross. But let's find out what this Knight of Rods wants to say. Where are the rods in here? Oh, here we are. Okay. The Knight of Rods. The knight bears the emblem of the dragon, fiery, passionate and ready to take on the world. This is a sign of the explorer. Also signifies travel, adventure, a change of residence. Now interesting, because I felt my dragon coming through. Sophia, her name is, and she's with my Divine Masculine's dragon. And she was as happy as anything this morning. I'm like, why are you so chirpy, girl? And she's like, we're going travelling. I said, are you? She was happy. She was like beaming. Nice happy vibe. Okay, so interesting. It's picked up on the dragon energy here. Oh, and if we, because that isn't like, let's turn that one round. But that's the bottom there. The Strength card. Hi. Look like the roses in my garden today. Bloomed out of nowhere. Or it just out of its bud. Okay. Oh, it feels like they're best buddies, look. They're buddying up. They are. It's like as one blooms, the other one's waiting to bloom. I said that on my live. I was greeted by a beautiful orange rose on my bush, but they're just coming out one at a time. And I can see when the next one's going to bud. It's just behind the first one. Okay, let's get on with this reading. We've got the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands is normally about standing your ground. So, I feel the Divine Masculine is going to fight for this. He's standing his ground. He knows what he's going to do. Seven of Wands, it's like he wants to get up close, personal. He wants a cuddle. He wants a hug. He wants some kind of contact with skin. She's sitting on his lap here, look. So the Divine Masculine wants comforting. Which we can kind of see here, can't we? Well, here and here. Where are you going to go, Jasper? You just smack Mommy in the face with your towel. There's coffee there as well. Okay. He's laying across the past energy. And over what's gone on. Like what's going on behind the scenes. His anger. So he's kind of... I know what cards are under there. He's blocking out the ones that are showing. This is why the Divine Masculine is kind of, you know, fearful of the tarot. Because they delve a bit deeper and it's like, shit. It's like, how do they know? I'm going to have to look in a minute, Jasper. Anyway, we're looking at today's topic, which is the Divine Masculine standing his ground. He wants to touch the Divine Feminine. He's got the Midas touch. He's got the magical touch for her. Him and only him alone. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. So wherever he is, it's not very good. This is what the challenge is. Look at that. It's what he's living in. Living like. And he's wanting this. So I'm going to read, actually, because they're only little small messages. Sorry, Jasper, I didn't mean to startle you. I'm just coming back now. 5 of Pentacles. I didn't mean to startle you. This could be the Divine Masculine, maybe startling the Divine Feminine. It's like, where the fuck did you come from? I didn't mean to startle you, but it feels like it's gone all shady in here. It's gone all shady. I've got to find the 5s. Wherever he is, they feel like beggars. Oh, look how swaggly he looks. You're a beautiful boy, though. Look. All right, I'll hold the card up as well. Can you see? Not a great situation, no. No. Feels ashamed, look. Okay. 2 beggars pass a church window, but fail to see the light within. Are you so focused on your own distress that you fail to see that aid is at hand? Wow. It's like, why are you living like this when there's the divinest of connections waiting for you that you can lay your hands on? This card could indicate errors and missed opportunities leading to financial trouble. Help is available. Don't be afraid to ask. Wow. It was like, sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's like out of the blue this comes for the Divine Feminine. The next card is the 5 of Chalices. 5 of Cups. This is the block. It's emotional loss. So when you're looking at those 3 cups normally, 2 of Cups are behind you. You're just focusing on all the past. But what this has done, it's created this lack mentality. But it's actually manifested this into the Divine Masculine's life. It's like he really does require some comfort here. He's cross. He's cross with himself. I thought about that. You know when you watch tarot and you're not making yourself known that you're watching tarot because you feel like I shouldn't really be looking at this because you're kind of delving into someone else's life. And it's called cross-watching. And normally you put it to, if you were a Divine Feminine, you would watch the Divine Masculine's reading to find out what they're doing. If you're a Divine Masculine, you want to find out more about the Divine Feminine and what she's doing rather than your own reading, keeping yourself to yourself, working on your own growth. But it's called cross-watching. We all do it. Why do we do it? Because we're cross. That's how it's like, I get the cross-watching, like watching each other's star signs, keeping tabs on one another, especially through tarot. It's called cross-watching. It's like the masculine here is just so cross. He's been cross-watching, which doesn't feel great to him. It's like, but I want it. I can't just keep cross-watching. So he's cross with himself. So now he is watching the 2 of Cups. But we have the 5 of Cups here, meaning having to leave the past in the past and actually focus on the connection. There's a flame there that's been kind of thrown into this, what would you call it? It's like a fountain. It's like a pond. Looks more like a tomb. And it's like, so I don't know whether the Divine Feminine, because it's kind of like a shock to her, that she's startled. The masculine's come from somewhere. He's got flowers. He's holding. He's holding his luggage, his bag. Looks a bit more than what maybe the fool would carry. And I don't know, they might all be treats in there. Took me to the pink colour. Like he's got a bag of tricks. And but there's a face and the flame that's been thrown into the water. And it looks like the feminine here is kind of going, hang on, let me think. It's like just out of nowhere. Does look like he's down on his knee here. But he is just holding the flowers and, you know, it doesn't look like it's a proposal. Okay. That's the challenge, actually approaching the Divine Feminine. Jasper. Jasper. I know you can hear me. I need to get to that card in a minute, sweetie. It's the next one that's up. Okay, so have a think about getting up for a bit. Have a stretch. So Jasper looks like he's stuck on the past, which is what this card suggests, being stuck on the past. Hey, we got the Fool. He's lightening his load. Okay, so lighten your load, Divine Masculine. So the bag that you're carrying is still like weighty. Look, you just need one flower. We've got loads here. You can just pick some flowers along the way. It doesn't matter what they are. So, seeing as the feminine here, if you ever look, her hand's reaching out to take the flowers. Are you seriously hindered because of flowers? What flowers to give? Weeds were doing. When it comes to your Divine Feminine, that's not going to matter. They don't have to be roses. So you definitely want to... I've picked up your bag of tricks here. So just... I'm going to say just be you. It's just like you just need to come correctly. Don't worry about what you're bringing with you. Just focus on you. And the rest will take care of itself. Okay, the Fool. Let's have a look. So I feel there might be this energy of needing to make it up and keep going over how can you make it up? How can you make it up? It's like enough. Lighten your load. Just be. Just be yourself, Divine Masculine. Okay. So, ruled by Uranus, the powerful and unpredictable Roman sky god. I did feel when he came in he might want sex. Like, seriously. Like, he is gagging for it. And he kind of wants to feel that because he's got himself so worked up that someone else might be feeling it. The Divine Feminine. So he does actually want the sex. And she's kind of going, like, hold on, let me think about this. But I did notice her breasts were kind of already out. It's like she does want it just as much. She just kind of... It wasn't kind of distinguished, was it, that flame? It hasn't gone out in the water. And she can still see his reflection here. So she is in this stream of love. But I think he does want a little bit more than, you know... He wants to touch. Let's put it that way. He wants to touch. So let's read the Fool. Ruled by Uranus, the powerful and unpredictable Roman sky god, this card portrays a young, carefree traveller embarking on life's journey. He doesn't really care, okay? He does want to touch the goods. He's not quite desperate to touch the goods. The bag on his shoulder holds the tools of life, and the white rose denotes pure intentions. Indicates a willingness to leap into the unknown and start anew. So the Divine Feminine could be like, oh my, is he just in for like a little quick fix? I don't think so. Like, he is regretful, but he's got a kind of... Oh, that was a clicky ankle. Yeah. He could take you by surprise, yeah. Jasper. Darling. It's got really cozy. Hey, can I get this card underneath you? Whereabouts is it? Don't hurt, mummy. I just want the card. Good boy. Come down here. You do look a bit tattered. Come on. Come down here. We're going to read this one. So in the past, it's like the divine masculine really has wanted to choose the divine feminine. Okay. All right, don't okay, don't talk about it. It's the Knight of Chalices, so he knows he's taken his time. He knows that he hasn't rushed, has he, to choose you, divine feminine. I feel he is sincerely sorry. And now he comes with his flame, and she's going, you choose me? And it's like he's like, I chose you a long time ago. He just has been fearful of the judgment, and now he really does know that he wants this, and he's going to burst. It's like pulling his hair out. Jasper, you kind of got all bald patches over your body. They've been pulling your hair out. Your feet look an absolute, well, your hands, if they were, they'd be hands, wouldn't they? You look like you've bitten them all. It's like, leave my feet alone, or my hands alone, I'm not showing you. So he's very irritated. Let's have a look at this Knight of Chalices, because this is a past energy. Justice. So he understands it's unjustifiable what he's done. He can't justify his actions. He was out of line. He's very sorry. Okay. Let's read what Justice wants to say. So he's wanted to bring in this balance many a time. He's just been fearful of judgment, guys. Jasper, you going to come down? You don't seem too happy now. It's okay. Look, all out in the open. Now you're sitting on them cards. I know you don't want to have a look at what's been going on behind the scenes. But let's just do it. Justice. Associated with the sign of Libra, the scales Justice holds... Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm missing like commas here. No, justice has been served. The divine masculine's gone through quite an upsetting karmic cycle. Karma. Financial loss. Okay, because of his past decisions, let's just leave it like that. Associated with the sign Libra, the scales, Justice holds a sword in one hand and the scales in the other. Decisions will be made fairly. Suggest a possible court appearance can relate to wills or divorce. So this divine masculine, he has wanted to, he's maybe had to get divorced. Due to this divine connection that he craves with you. Gonna come down? Current energy is judgment. Here's a masculine here, bound to a family. I feel like Cupid here is like, he's seen the light, something's come through and he's been shot with like Cupid's arrow. But he seems to be like, or was, tied up here. Now I feel there might have been a turnaround for the books here, because it's actually, I feel this child now is pulling on the connection. This picked up yesterday in the reading about actually a child bringing the connection together between the divine feminine and divine masculine. With judgment here, I feel that maybe a divorce has occurred or it's in the making, but I feel that this is actually the connection, something's drawing together, the divine feminine, divine masculine, and it's a child. It does look like a boy child. Has brought this connection closer between the divine feminine, divine masculine. Gone to Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ. Okay. But that Cupid there, he's blowing, it looks like he's blowing an arrow that's a love heart to the divine masculine here. It's like, do you see Do you see what I see? And it's the cord here that attaches the divine feminine to the divine masculine and vice versa. Okay, just, darling, come on, be good boy. Where's my cards gone? Gonna let me take them? He keeps tapping me lately, so he will like tap to tell me to go away. Look, conflict. So it's definitely conflict here. Let's read what the Five of Rods wants to say. The divine masculine was acting immature when it comes to love. It's like any excuse, any reason to avoid it, to have conflict with it. And it's like, boom, Cupid's arrow has shot him. Like right now, in the heart. Are these youths playing or fighting? Leadership is absent from this competition. If forces can be rallied, the struggle will prove fruitful, suggest labour unions or political organisations. Okay, so definitely differences in beliefs here. Seems we might be talking about politics, the politics of things. But if forces can be rallied, the struggle will prove fruitful. So if the divine masculine, divine feminine can find some kind of, or come into union really, regarding this situation, it will prove very fruitful. Just, come on, sweet pea. Come. Should I get you down or are you going to go yourself? Should I get you down? Come on. Onto Mummy's lap, come on. Yep, you can go. Jasper, which way are you going to go? Good boy. I'm not going to sit on my cards anymore. Jeez. Thinks he's a master of the house, doesn't he? Okay. Moving into the future, we have the divine masculine just sitting now. Musing over the divine feminine here. Gagging for it. Look what he's holding. Just as Tao's flicking all the cards everywhere. Let's see. Oh. You going to show them what you're doing? No, that's what you're trying to cover up, how irritated you are. Sweeping my cards across the table. Okay. Frustrated as fuck. You can see why in a minute. You stay there, Jasper. Where are the cards? Oh, the cards are here. He just keeps like flicking this justice card to his town. Oh, fucking nice. You've messed up all my cards now. I don't know why you're so grumpy. Nothing to be so grumpy about. I love you. So. This was the future position. I'm going to have to try and remember where that one was down there. So what's going on behind the scenes, it's like, is in the future. Stay there, Jasper, please. Come down then. Good boy. Yep, that's a good boy. I need to sort these cards out. Past. The challenge, the block. Where's the justice with the Knight of Cups? Conflict with judgment, and we're on the Emperor. He's like starstruck. Page of Pentacles. There's someone here, I have to say it as it comes up, but there's someone here saying to him, go for it. I didn't feel nothing, it's not a divine feminine. So there's a little boy in the picture, but this one here, although actually, I think it describes this as being a boy. And I could never understand, I thought, well, it looks like a girl. But it says in the book that it's a boy. Let's read it. Because there's someone here saying, it's the Page of Pentacles, which is someone that comes back with findings because they're the messenger. They run little errands. They do research. And like they'll encourage the Knight of Pentacles to move, because the Knight of Pentacles is slowest moving knight. So the page like does all the work before the knight kind of decides to embark on his voyage. So there's someone here doing some research behind the scenes, and they're saying go for it. Now let's read that. I've got two more, and then I know that because the next card is this. So it's kind of like, this is how it... There is another card. We'll have a look in a minute what that other card is. But it's kind of going, go for it. You're worthy of this. Do it. So, I want to see who this... It's a masculine. I remember now. Page of Pentacles. And I've picked up the boy child in the Judgment card. So the page is lost in thought, focused on the coin before him. Unless this is the boy, being the divine masculine. Let's hold it this way and see what sense you make of it. The page is lost in thought, focused on the coin before him. This is the card of the scholar. The page has a thirst for knowledge and pursues it diligently. Told you he wants it. Behind the scenes, right? Oh no, we haven't started. I'm so sorry, we haven't finished with this. Okay, this is looking into like moving forward now. So we have the Six of Rods. Let's read you before we look at this other one. Seems to be a lot of rods that I'm reading. Got his own page again, look. He's got his own page again. Don't know who he's researching. The laurel-bedecked hero returns victorious. Your hard work has paid off. Expect a bonus or reward. It's like, go for it. It's your lucky day. Jeez. If there's a cheekiness to the divine masculine, like I can kind of hear the phrase of like, get your tits out. Like that. Go to the divine feminine. So let's have a look at the strength card here. Linked to the sign of Leo. The lion is a sexual animal. Told you. Smell it. Mile off. Sense it. What he's sniffing around for. It's not just that though, guys, alright? But it's a big driving force. The sex. The passion. The touch. What ownership, yours, you're just his, okay? Right. The lion is a sexual animal, but his base instincts are checked by the caress of a maiden. Easy now, tiger. Message: use your head and not your heart. Exercise restraint. Hold your power in reserve. Courage and fortitude will bring success. Could signify healing qualities. We know that this sexual contact that the divine feminine, divine masculine have together, and when they actually get to feel that and experience in the physical, is very healing for both of them. It's like they've come back home. It's coming back to centre, to core. It's just like they just share the same core. And that's really what the draw is now, wanting to be healed. It's like, but the divine feminine, he's going to go easy. It's all right. He might come across as being a little bit aggressive. Do you want to see why? What's going on behind the scenes? That, in his mind. The Tower. It's all a bit too much. And now he's like sharpening his blade. Magician. He's like, I don't think so. Off with their heads. Seriously. Queen, you're the Queen of Hearts. He's going to cut off anyone's heads that get near you. It's like a mad axe murderer here. It's like, I'm not afraid to fight. On the table there, you can see the feminine and the masculine symbols. It's like his sacred circle there. No one's getting in it. He's not afraid to fight. For the connection. Feels like it's extremely quiet in the room. What, he's pointing to his heart. I've never even noticed there's a heart shape there on the masculine. He's pointing to it. He's like, that's my sweetheart. That's my true love. Get the fuck away from it now. I don't think so. Yeah, he's in this energy of I don't think so. I don't think so, buddy. It's like, you're not buddying up with her. How else is he going to stop the divine feminine? If she wasn't chosen and she's kind of like, she hasn't extinguished the flame, has she? It just, the passion needs reviving. That flame needs to be, you can see here, look, there's 3 flames here on the bottom. It's like you've got to keep the fire burning, the flame burning. You've got the 4 chalices here. It's like, it's time for the divine masculine. It's like, what are you actually going to do? Let's get back to this though. Okay, behind the scenes, so we've got the tower with the magician. Someone's really mad. It's really mad, look. It's like, oh, the divine feminine, it's okay, divine masculine. Your divine feminine looks like if you go to her, she's going to like console you. It's going to be like, it's okay. Seriously, it's okay. Should we get another one? The lovers with a couple more. Okay. But the divine feminine's not aware of this. How much love the divine masculine feels for the divine feminine. So it's like, but it's unconditional love. I still feel like he's so scared to touch the divine feminine though. In case she says to him, hands off. I'll tell you why I'm saying that in a minute, guys. So he's fearing the rejection here, as if the divine feminine says, no, I don't want you to touch me. It's like, and that she's moved on. And that she's going to reject the divine masculine. That's what's going on in his mind. So let's have a look at the lovers. Oh, okay. Lovers is number 6. Hello, Mr. Emperor. Associated with the sign of Gemini, or we're in Gemini season. So, this is like what's happening behind the scenes right now. Associated with the sign of Gemini, the twins. The image depicts lovers in an embrace while an angel looks on. Gemini seeks a soulmate, a new love. This card suggests love, friendship and partnership. Also represents the duality of earthly and divine love. It's the time. It's Gemini season. It's the season of the lovers. 8 of Swords. The divine feminine's not here. This is an unfounded fear of the divine masculine that he's going to be rejected. He craves to touch the divine feminine. What if she doesn't let him? Who is it again? 8 of Swords. Who is it again? It's like he feels the divine feminine's not going to remember him, or that it didn't mean anything to her. Okay, we're on the... Okay, we go... This book kind of goes backwards, so... Okay. Here we are. The 8 of Swords. A blindfolded and bound figure is surrounded by danger. This difficult situation cannot be ignored. If bad news comes, face it squarely, even if there is nothing you can do. Wow. So I feel that's for the divine masculine. If bad news does come, face it squarely, even if there's nothing you can do. But you can express your love. And it feels like now's the time to express those hidden feelings, those secrets you've been holding deep within. They're causing too much conflict. And it's an unfounded fear here. that you feel that you're going to be surrounded by danger. You're walking into the danger zone. Okay. This difficult situation cannot be ignored. It's because you keep getting more bad karma come your way. If bad news comes, face it squarely, even if there is nothing you can do. You can recognise that it's bad karma. Okay. So we've got the Ace of Cups. It's all to do with love. It's all to do with that divine feminine of yours. It's like you knew she'd come into it somewhere. Always does. Streams of life-giving water flow from the lovely chalice. Oh, bright beginnings. Is it the heady start of a love affair? You feel tremendous joy and optimism, fertility and abundance. As long as it's not an affair, it can be an awesome love affair. That doesn't mean that there's any other parties involved, because past choices were you chose kind of to have an affair with the divine feminine, and then you chose like to walk away from the divine feminine and opted for being somewhere else, which I feel that the divine masculine is like regretting. Let's just leave it like that. Okay. Because how he's feeling the moon, choice of partners, having two partners. Okay. Deception. Cheating. But I feel here, look, he's found his pearl. His decision's made. He knows. Okay. In the light of the moon, let's find out some more divine masculine. Wonder why you were nervous earlier on my live. Eight of Cups. So you're walking away from all that now. Let's just read it before I say that you're walking to the two, but I feel you might be running to the Two of Cups. I don't know, desperate to get there. Are you walking? Or are you rushing? Looks like at night time. It doesn't matter what time of night it is. This masculine would travel at any time. He wants it, he wants it. He doesn't really, he's not worried about disturbing the divine feminine, put it that way. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. So it could be, oh, that come up in the live, actually, in the chat. It come up with 3 a.m. So once the divine, he could be awake all night, like throughout the night, and he might just have the urge halfway through the night just to text you. You might be awake. He might not be expecting you to be awake. He might think, I'll send it now and she'll get it in the morning. But then maybe it wakes you up, or normally you'll be woken up for a reason. So you may have been woken up before it comes, the message. That's what it kind of feels like. It's like, oh, I didn't mean to startle you, as if to say, I thought you might get it in the morning. In those moments of, those acts of courage, you just do it, don't you? You bite the bullet and do it. You bite the bullet and do it. Let's call the video that. Okay. Should we get to the Eight of Cups? Let's do it, because I am going to get off soon. I need to visit the little girl's room. Not to have a thing, but I actually just need to go for a wee-wee. Okay, so, Eight of Cups. I know you didn't really need to know that, but hey. It is what it is. So the moon with the Eight of Cups, and we can quite clearly see the moon here. A pilgrim flees into the night under the watchful gaze of the moon. Don't walk away from a situation just before its completion. So he could bottle it. He might just press that send button and you're awake. You might say to him, come now. He jumps in his car, 3 a.m. He's with you. Before the sun rises. Okay. Don't walk away from a situation just before its completion. Don't turn your back on success. You may be leaving a long-standing relationship. And I feel finally going to the divine feminine. Because we have how this is affecting others, we do have the Empress here. And she's sitting there waiting. Like, she's like, been waiting for you. In her Empress energy. Let's have a look. I don't think she says that. It's like how this is affecting others. I feel this is what the masculine, like, if the divine feminine did say this, because it would just be in jest, as if to say, where have you been? It's like, but what come through was, it's like, sitting there waiting, it's like, and the divine masculine turns up and it's like, you broke my heart. Like, you broke my heart, you know. It's like, you can't do that again. But the divine masculine knows that. That's what he really wants to, like, that's what's holding him back, is the fact we're going to have to talk about the broken heart. And the divine feminine saying, you know, you can't really do that again. You do know that, don't you? So it's kind of like he wants to be skimmed over. But those swords do need to be taken out. He will tell the divine feminine about, he knows he broke his own heart, okay? And he could be discussing the heartbreak with the divine feminine. He could be going, I broke your heart. Shall I tell you what you've done to mine? Okay. So we're dealing with the heartbreak, the heartache. It's a fool's game. Okay, right. Shall we read about this? We're going to have to, because we've been reading the Three of Swords. Oh, dear. So I'll leave it in the past. Three swords in the heart, warn of heartbreak, adultery, and infidelity. Yeah, divine feminine saying, listen, I have to be your only choice. You can't go running back to someone else or leaving me again. It's like, that broke my heart. If you're going to do that, then no. Because there's definitely the sex here that the divine masculine's craving for. And he's pushing his luck if he's committed adultery or, what else did it say here? Well, infidelity and heartbreak to the divine feminine. She does have to protect her heart. She doesn't want to break the divine masculine's heart, for sure. But it's like, you're not allowed to do that, divine masculine. As we spoke about, you have to kind of say, I know, I broke your heart. Mine broke as well. Let's not do that to each other again. Because there's like a crest there on that shield. It's like, this love needs to be honoured and protected and treasured. You don't go around breaking each other's hearts. Okay. You need to communicate with a loved one. Be sure to take care of health matters. Divine masculine's really is quite poorly. Like, he's not feeling very rich in spirit, in life, in general. And the biggest riches for us is our health. Okay. So, we have the Six of Cups, hopes or fear. Does the divine feminine still hold an image of them together? The two little lovebirds there. Sure looks like she does, divine masculine. Has she got some socks of yours that she's kept as a memorabilia? You might see the socks and wonder whether or not. You might have picked up something that's got you going. Something that you've looked into wrongly regarding another man being on the scene. And you might feel that she's actually moved on with someone else. You get a sense that someone else might be on the scene. But it looks here like, I feel that she's looking at the connection between the two of you. Yeah. The only way you're going to find out divine masculine is by giving her a call. It's like, if you want to keep her safe in that centre and stop all them beady eyes being on her, then she's going to have to be seen with someone. So that's what you need to work towards. Being seen with your divine feminine. And then you kind of know there's no like misunderstandings, is there? We're going to read all three of these. Because the divine feminine, she's just here on her own, reminiscing. It's the Six of Cups. Remembering the love that you both shared. Right, okay. So let's read this because we've really got to get off soon now. We really need to go to the toilet. Okay, rods. So we've got the Page of Rods. Here he is, got his own page again. Adorned with a medallion of the sun, the page is shouting out a message. Good news is on the way. Don't be shy, make your voice heard. Divine Feminine, she's in this sacred circle here. The World card. This is like the last thing you need to do, okay? And then you can move on to your new beginning together. Happily ever after. In a way that makes sense to you. Okay. A robed figure commands the elements and forces of the universe. This card represents the completion of life's circle and mystical unity within the cosmos. The power of transcendence is within reach. Can attain worldly success and liberation through spiritual rebirth. So the Divine Feminine is there. She's just waiting for you, Divine Masculine. The power of transcendence is within reach. Once you touch it, you're never going to let it go, are you? Never going to let you go, because you're my baby. I feel like that's why it's such a serious stage here. It's like, if you two get together, you're never going to let each other go. You can attain worldly success and liberation through spiritual rebirth. Eight of Pentacles, it's like the Divine Masculine says, I'm going to get right to work. Straight to work. On it. Right to work. A young craftsman, his tools around him, carefully examines his handiwork. It's like, no, only for my hands. My hands only. Okay. You're a quick study. Advance your craft with conscientious effort. Let's get your words out. You're stumbling on your words. Getting a bit excited. Success can be achieved through old-fashioned hard work. What about a bit of old-fashioned romance? Style, charm, charisma. Hey? Any way you can come in and sweep her off her feet? Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. She's not going to know what's hit her. It's like, who is this man? You can tell her how you've changed for her, how she's encouraged you to change. Okay, because we have Temperance here, which we're bringing in the balance now. Let's do it. There's a blending going on here with Temperance. Like, look, it's kind of like, look how the Divine Feminine's brought all this together. So you're feeling her mystical magicalness. Well, she is in the world here. She's ready to go again. Let's try again. The Queen of Swords with the Four of Cups. So it's definitely the encouragement of the Divine Feminine that's needed. It's like he takes everything that the Divine Feminine says as being like the gospel truth. Even though he didn't want to listen to the Divine Feminine, it's like, I feel like he hasn't met anyone wiser ever in his life than his Divine Feminine. His Divine Feminine. Yeah, he's happy boy. Yeah, okay. Outcome, Temperance. He's so proud of the Divine Feminine and the truth that she speaks. So let's have a look at this. Queen of Swords. Where are the swords? Queen. Queen. The Queen in the Queen's hand. What's that about? So, the Queen in the Queen's hand. Doesn't say that, but we are holding up like... She looks all lovely and flowing here, but the wisdom, just how she holds herself. Anyway, it doesn't say the Queen in the Queen's hand. It says the sword in the Queen's hand represents her quick wits and her sharp tongue. The widow, like other women in difficulty, continues bravely despite loss. Now, the widow came up in the live reading I done before this reading. So the widow, like other women in difficulty, continues bravely despite loss. Her keen intelligence and cool logic approach make her appear aloof. So very calm, cool, calm, collected. And the Divine Masculine's just, he's like, how does she do it? How can you not admire the Divine Feminine? Well, next we have the Four of Cups. He wasn't. And it's like, he feels sorry about that, guys. Okay, let's find the Four of Cups. As a youth contemplates 3 cups, a hand ascends from a cloud to offer a fourth. You are jaded or bored with life. Perhaps a bad experience has caused you to withdraw. Are you traversing a period of stagnation? I think so. You need to just let it be. They're decisions of the past. It's what's important now is your decisions moving on into the future and how you play your cards moving forward. Because you're a happy boy here with the Sun card. Rebirth, reborn, let's go again. Let's leave the past in the past and let's welcome the happy days. Comes after the moon. A cherub rides a white pony through a field of sunflowers under a benevolent sun. So sunflowers I've got in my smoothie. See, they're just done the trick. They just done the trick. They've done the job. Solar energy is powerful and fulfilling, bringing growth, contentment and positive energy. Happy relationships and satisfying creative endeavours follow. I feel like I'm whistling my words. Who's a happy boy? Happy chappy whistling all day. Could be the time to expand your horizons professionally or socially. How about both? Seeing as they're both involved in this connection. Okay. What's the bottom of the deck then? I think I done all. Yeah, we did. Temperance, that's lovely. We have, let's resurrect. The Ace of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles. It's time to resurrect this connection, this legacy. Okay. It's not going to die again. I know. Ace of Swords. Let's have a look. We've got to get off. Apparently it's important we get off. Can't waste. No time to waste. No time to waste. Seriously. I need a wee-wee. I need a wee-wee. It's like someone's nervous. No, don't get nervous now. Okay, where's the ace? Oh, here it is. Look. It's time for a celebration. It's not even. It's just the... What are those cards there? The Empress with the Magician, the Three of Cups, and... Oh, that isn't a card that's a wild card. That card's not in the deck. The other card there. That's a good little lineup. The Empress with the Magician, and it's time for a celebration. Look, but I don't know what the other card is, that first one. That's not in the deck. Look at that, what's hidden? Apart from my nails need doing. Hey, I can paint my nails now, it's all good. Get back to pampering myself by nail painting. But anyway, let's carry on with the reading because it's the... And I said that this book kind of goes backwards. It starts with the ace and then the 2 and then the 3 and the 4. So you're kind of working back from the court cards. We're going to be courting again, taking it nice and slowly. Romancing. It's like romancing the stone. I feel like you're going to be romance your way up to that nice kind of proposal that will come when in divine timing, when the time's right. Okay, I'm talking too much, I know. It happens. The Ace of Swords. I wasn't sticking my finger up. Did you think I was sticking my finger up at you? I'm not. My kids will kind of do something like that and go. I don't do that anymore. I'm itching my nose. Okay, but I do talk a lot. The sword and the wreath appear together. Order and just rule lead. Order and just rule lead to abundance and prosperity. You are headed for success. You make an intellectual breakthrough, such as a discovery or the publication of a book. Do you want to get... Okay, do you want to help your Divine Feminine write the book of your story? Now's a good time to get in touch with your Divine Feminine if you want to participate in the writing of your story. Because she's just embarking on that. You might be a bit too late. Some have wrote their stories and finished. But hey, I'm sure there can be like book 2, the continuation. Okay. But seriously, so I had to throw that in. What's your legacy? It wants to be told. It's your birthright. So it's time you go and get it, I think. What else was I going to pull for you? I can't remember because I really do need a toilet. So we're going to go. And I'll pull you a few oracle cards. How long did we... 1 hour and 5 minutes. Okay, we've gone over. Remember, we was only going to keep it to an hour. I know I'm going to take that card because it comes so well. Comes in so well with the colours today. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. You want more of those, don't you, Divine Masculine? You're quite hung up on them memories. Time to make some more. To resurrect the connection. Okay, there's some real good, sweet memories coming that you're going to be able to share. What's the point in having these memories? You've got no one to share them with. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. That's lovely. That's lovely. That's love, isn't it? Is it the boy? Should we get the power of love? No, it was Lily. Okay. Didn't mean to startle you, she said. You're peaching out there. The power of love. I've got to try and get out my words. I haven't even had any coffee. Okay, let's finish this. You've got to have a willingness. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. The last card, and it says about the author. Oh, we're talking. Well, or the authors. About the author. Anyway, let's get back to willingness. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. You have come to the earth plane to learn to accept the things you cannot change, as opposed to those you can. Life is a constant game of discovery, but no price can be put on any experience. When you are willing to look inside and begin to change your habits, self-imposed fears and perceptions, only then will you be able to see your true self. The catalyst for transformation comes from your willingness to forgive, open your heart and be honest with yourself. You are never too old to learn, and each day should be filled with excitement about how your perspective will be altered. You can gauge your spiritual growth. Gauge. You can gauge your... Sorry, I'm just being tickled here by some hair that's not there, I don't think. What is it? Gauge. Okay, gorge. You can gauge your spiritual growth by your willingness to learn from and accept another. Thank you for correcting me. Oh, it'd be so much easier if I had someone next to me, like, correcting me. Okay. By keeping an open mind when conditions change, you expand your knowledge of life. Allowing love to radiate through you and in everything you do brings divine awareness to all those in your sphere. Rigidly adhering to your dogma is doing a disservice to your growth. The willingness to accept others and their individual path is a soul strength. It is. Okay. Just because we're a bit different. Should we have a look at the Archangel Oracle cards? And then I'll end on... I don't know. The Journey of Love are bringing out some crackers today, so I'm bringing out some crackers, like for celebrating. Oh, you have someone to pull your cracker with. Your Christmas cracker. Okay. Clairvoyance. I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. So it's like the times now. You can clearly see this love. Spiritual understanding. I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Wow. One more. And spread your wings. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. Oh, I love it. Okay, so Journey of Love. I can't find you, but I can see Rumi, and Rumi does want us to, okay, get a message. I did know that. I thought it might be a bit too long, but hey, it's like, it's all changes in the cards, so these long readings might get a bit shorter, mightn't they? Okay. Won't be so much going on from a distance. Itchy nose now. Oh, come on. I'm going to have some coffee. Let's have some coffee. Okay, I'll take that one. It's like I'm saying to myself, it better be a good one after all that. I wasn't saying that. It's always a good one. The Angel Vasbar, card number 27. Okay. We're going to have to practice the pelvic floor exercises here. Just so I can get this message out. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to try and do this all the way through, guys. And I will catch up with you later. Remember to check out details in the description box regarding the readings and how things are changing. Okay. Tell me the truth, I asked Love. What are you? I am everlasting life, Love said. I am the reoccurring joy of living, Rumi. The Master speaks of a den of riches, where many precious jewels can be found. In abundance they lie, patient and yet ready to be claimed. Go scoop them up, urges the Master. The devoted ones look but cannot see. Where are those? Where are these? Precious jewels, they cry, for we cannot find them anywhere. The Master gazes lovingly at the devoted ones and responds kindly, in service, my beloveds, you shall find your jewels through service. For what is the soul but the finest and most precious of heavenly jewels? What is service but the scooping up of the soul, that it does not lie lost, nor unclaimed, but instead honoured for all its precious worth and beauty, tended to until it becomes vibrant as a flawless ruby, radiant with the joy of living. Divine contribution is offered to those who wish to contribute to the world. The Great Beloved sees what is in your heart, what it is you wish to offer, and is saying yes. So you are being empowered to serve, to assist, to offer a genuine spiritual contribution to this planet, to become a sacred hand at work for the will of heaven. Such is the capacity bestowed upon the soul that is wise and filled with love and therefore desiring to serve. So then do not doubt yourself, beloved. You have been blessed with this by the Master to find the precious jewel of your own soul and claim it. Cast aside your doubts then. Yet perhaps this is not easy for you to do. Perhaps you look at the world, even your chosen field of endeavour, and already you hear so many voices speaking. You may wonder if your own contribution would simply add noise to a cacophony. You may wonder if you can really help, if you have anything genuine to add, or if there is just too much noise anyway. You may hesitate and become fearful. Do not despair, my beloved. It is part of your divine destiny to add something of great value to the world, something that has its place even amongst all that activity, something needed absolutely in the hearts of all. That precious gift is the true silence. The true silence is peace. It is the living experience of the eternal love, of the divine that asks nothing but to be received and gives of itself unconditionally. That silence is present underneath even the most raucous noise, if one knows how to access it. The true silence can only be felt. The true silence can only be felt through the beautiful feeling heart. When you know how to feel for it, to surrender into it, you can transmute silence in many ways. Through the peace you cultivate in your heart in your own daily living, through your presence, through your art, even through your voice written, sung or spoken. Yes, even through sound, if that is your path of service. Silence can emanate through your voice, and divine silence can be felt in the hearts of others. The true and great silence, as you may now realise, my dear angel, is not the absence of sound. It is the experience of the divine presence of love. So shall you trust in the wisdom of the Master, who bids you to serve according to the graces you have been given? Will you choose to put aside your doubts and instead believe in yourself and the power of divine love that will reach out to the world through your willing soul? Ah yes, I knew your brave heart would accept this empowerment. I knew you wanted to serve more than you wanted to fear. Whatever is in your heart is the method by which the great jewels shall be collected. The Master teaches us that we are built to serve according to a higher perfection. So if the dance is in your heart, then dance. Be open and free. Do not hide. Dance. If prayer is in your heart, then pray. If you can feed the poor with food, if you can give the despairing kindness, the lost your words, and those who have turned away from the great Master a healing touch, then do so. Do so without doubt, without having to be the best or the greatest, or any other notion your mind conjures. Just be willing. Willingness, not perfection, is required from you. So then there is room for freedom to awaken in you. Willingness opens you to divine assistance and, through that empowerment, an even greater joy of being will grow within your sacred heart. Your service can flow from simply being yourself in the world, completely and utterly. Your radiance can become one of the sacred candles of the Holy Master. There are many candles that hold the Master's light, and yet each one of them is precious beyond compare. Be such a light. Scoop up the jewels through your service, and do not render yourself incapable through nightmares of false imaginings and smallness of mind. Yes, your heart is too big for your mind, and it will break it open, but that is okay. Do you think you only serve love, and are not also served by love? The helpers always helped. This is love's way. Do you feel as though you are a foreigner in this land? Ah, Angel Vasbar shall show you the way then, for she knows you from a long, long time ago, though you might have temporarily forgotten the acquaintance. She is a great hostess and great in this terrain of divine love, and she remembers you. You, who are great of heart and capable of contribution. You, who are now signing up for service in the great work of love. Yes, there is work for you to do. Your purpose is bestowed. Serve, assist. Do not hold back for any reason. Not one reason you could imagine is worthy of you. So then aliveness. So then service. So then joy. Help and be helped. That is the way for you now. This oracle comes to you with guidance. You are being guided deeper into your life purpose and divine destiny, like a maturing adult who is ready to take on the mantle of a greater responsibility. Your soul is stepping up. You are going through a process of assuming more spiritual responsibility for the honest and empowered expression of your own essence, and through that, Your healing presence in the world is increasing. You are stepping up and forward onto your path. This is appropriate now. It will make you more visible, but that is as it should be. It is not about being worth more than another. It is about the utterly sensible use of a light, that it not be dampened down by a shade, but instead be placed where it can cast its fullness so that others, still in the darkness, can find their way more easily. This is effective. This is time for having a coffee. I'm lisping my words through. This is effective. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this is effective. This is efficient, intelligent and sensible. Your success and growth is drenched in compassion and brings joy to the heart of the Master as another and another find their way, benefiting from the light of your being. So shine true. Be humble but not dismissive of your gifts. Allow others to find their way more easily because you choose to honour the power of the great silence that emanates through you evermore as you trust and surrender. This oracle brings special messages of reassurance that you are making progress and are indeed on the right path. Although it may not unfold exactly as you anticipate, it will indeed unfold. You are making a positive impact in the world, more than you consciously realise, and you are asked therefore to continue. Do not give up, do not turn back, just continue. Take your steps, your journey, and know that the Great Master is aware of you and is sending the Holy Ones, including that wise ancient mother, Angel Rasbar, to bring you the blessing of the true silence now. Let it clear and soothe your mind and heart and help you remember the peace that dwells within you. All is well. I'm just going to leave it there. That's awesome, guys. Okay. Have yourself a fantastic Saturday and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Okay, take care. Much love. Bye for now.